What's going on, Pharaoh?
What's going on, Freeway Dread? What's the deal?
Man, I'm good, man. I just wanted to tap in real quick, and I put it in the chat earlier. You and Job Bunny going through talking about elders, two old elders, talking about Rastafari and the liberty and where it went, because
Right,
we both know the shit went left. So
right.
you know, uh, really salute, and it was needed. The conversation was needed over the past, let's say, hell, let's just say this past strong. This
Mhm.
past strong, it's been definitely needed. Uh, I see conversations going up, going up, going up. I'm talking about from across several platforms. So I just wanted to definitely just big you up on that. Give you a salute from that. Give you a salute for that, and not really, jumped on here to stay on long, but just give you flowers. And you don't like flowers, my bad. I ain't.
No, it's good, man. I mean, I understand what you're saying, but we all good, bro. So you on some positive. It's good to see you out there strong like that, and I support all you brothers, no matter what y'all think or whatever y'all mentality is. For me, it's all about pushing your mentality the same way I'm pushing mine. So it ain't about pushing what I'm pushing. It's about pushing, period. So I'm pushing what I'm pushing, and then I'm encouraging y'all to push what y'all pushing. Don't necessarily push what I'm pushing, but push. Because we got people that ain't pushing nothing. So I'd rather you push your philosophy than don't push nothing. Feel me? So whatever you pushing, you'll never see me come and speak against what you pushing. You'll never see me like come on and type under you something you push and push something, say something opposite of what you pushing to your viewers. I just will never do that. If I can't come on and salute you and congratulate you, like if you came, you say I'm just gonna give you your flowers, I'm gonna be like, much respect. I ain't gonna be like, oh, I don't like flowers. Cause see now that's some weirdo, you know what I mean? Like that
Yeah,
get to be like some weird, you know what I mean? Like if I say that on my own, it's one thing, but it's bogus to say that in response to you. Now I'm foul. Cause why
right,
would I say that to you? See what I mean?
right.
So
Well,
we got
but it's when they come down to Rastafari, it went left. And I'll tell you right now, Pharaoh, I'm 35. I picked up the liberty when I was like 13. It ain't been no easy try. I've been bumping my head a lot. As I grow, I get old, I've been bumping my head a lot. But it's like for me to see the shit go left, definitely. But it's good to see elders put it back in perspective. So
yeah.
I definitely take it fully when you say push what you push, and don't necessarily just follow me. And I fully agree with that. So it's just like I just wanted to make sure I come in and just say, listen, Elder, salute you and Job Bunny and other elder rosters who older than the ones who influenced myself and others, just like the brother Kushite Selassie on the line. I see him
Oh
too.
shit, bless.
Yeah.
Yes, I Rastafari. Yeah.
So it's basically, I just wanted to make sure. I don't know how much feedback you've been getting, but we're listening. We in our 30s and 20s. We listening. We listening with
Man.
we listening hard.
That's
So
what it is.
we definitely needed it. We definitely needed it. But and I never want to speak and get out of turn. Now I can get ignorant and just say what I feel and fuck whoever. But I say no. I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna stay on my square, and I'm just gonna listen to what the elders got to say, what the elders got to say, and what the others got to say, and then just let it fall wherever it fall. But I know I ain't going for that new shit, Pharaoh. I ain't going for the new shit. No,
I
I'm not.
feel you. I feel you.
Not going for the new shit. But I'm gonna let Brother Kushite get on here. I'll jump off, man.
I
I just
feel you. But
Oh,
keep
you ain't
pushing
gonna
the
leave, bro.
line. Push, keep the line, but you ain't gotta leave. You can stay while you talking. So what's
I,
up, brother
I'm,
Kushite?
I'm,
Blessed
I'm,
up, elder. Peace to the brother up there. Did he mute?
Yeah, Freeway Dread. He here.
Oh, bless up.
yeah. I just muted it.
So you can stay on. You can stay on.
Yeah. But Elder, homie just basically did the same. Basically just said what I was about to say, man. Because really, after watching your videos, we got to go back to basics. We got to go back to basics, man. I'm saying right now, I'm going back to the basics, man. I mean, I wouldn't say I'm as weak as what we've been seeing. Like that last video with that weirdo in his book. I went back and watched. I went to the YouTube that did the interview. First of all, homie looked like a weirdo. I don't know who's following that. I don't know who's following him. But on top of that, with the episodes I did with what all the stuff that was going on Bobo Hill, and now the last video you put out when about now I'm hearing that Bobo was everything to me. But really though, Bobo was that was the rank of Rastafari that I saw was the most discipline at one time.
Right. Same here.
Yeah, so now I'm hearing that we got people up there, they ain't even got nothing in their turban. First we got molestation. They're trying to sweep under the rug. Then I hear this thing about 12 tribes. I didn't know Elder Gad was a drunk. I mean, damn. In 12 tribes were the first Rastafarian. The first Rasta I've ever met was a 12 tribesmen. They're the reasons why I know the Bible like I do, because they tell you read a chapter a day. It's disillusion when I hear they were 12 tribes known for being cokeheads. You gotta literally babysit these people?
Yeah, you gotta look Dennis Brown, Gregory Isaac, Bob Marley. All this is allegedly, but if you look at,
I can't. But hell, look at the time in which this happened, in which this is all going on. Coke was running rampant back then, so it's not hard to believe. I'm not gonna say it's true because, like you said, it's allegedly, but it's not hard to believe. So it's just like, damn, it's like I didn't understand how weak we were looking out here.
It was a situation, bro, where brothers came up to America from Jamaica, looked at us as Yankee or whatever, looked at us as a certain way, didn't know the tribulations we was facing, and then end up being ate up by what we had to face. So you come up here to America, you're doing tours, you're looking at me, you don't know how strong I am, and then you fall victim to the weakness that we've been fighting up here.
Mm-hmm.
So you come up here, and now America beats you down. So you find out you took how strong we are for granted. We had to avoid drug use. We had to avoid chasing European women. We had to avoid things that when Jamaicans came up here, they let them things beat them down.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fact. They came up here and it was too powerful for them, and they fell under the American system that they took for granted how hard we had to fight. We don't got no coconut trees. We ain't got all that warm weather. We don't got that. We up here doing whatever we got to do. And like brothers like you and Freeway Dread, I was trying to represent y'all, letting them know it ain't just their hair. These brothers going through sacrifices for their hair.
Facts. I didn't get no job at 18.
Just don't play like it's down here in the South. Brothers got them dreads on their head. Boy, life be hard for them.
For real. Shit, trying to get a job at 18 in 2000. Hell, this was 2011 when I graduated. I couldn't get no damn job. I had to go. It was either go to school, it was either go to community college, or just sit around and be broke.
Right.
Because they was not hiring me with no damn dreadlocks. Not unless it's some kind of fast food restaurant. And no, I ain't trying to work in no fast food restaurant getting zits on your face and you how I look like 20 and I still got zits on the crap on my face from all that grease and shit.
Exactly. That's why so many brothers with dreadlocks got to drive truck. Why you think we drive truck?
I mean,
Dude, Elder, we couldn't even do that.
What you saying, Freeway Dread? Freeway Dread, come in.
I'm in the truck right now.
See what I'm saying? Why you in the truck?
I'm in the truck now.
See what I'm saying? So you can do your own thing. So can't nobody tell you what to do. Am I lying, Freeway Dread?
Nah, man, 100% accurate. You got to go do something. You got to go do something damn near labor intense, or you got to be an entrepreneur. But that's what I feel. That's what I really feel that Rastafari really needed. It's business. I think that's why we don't get respect. And I'm speaking on my generation and down. I feel like that's why we don't get respect, because we don't handle business, and we haven't been handling business when I feel like we should have been handling business. And a lot of stuff happened. Pharaoh, you definitely put it in order very good. I only can speak from mine. Like I say, mine was I entered this thing in 2001. 2001. That's it. By that time, and then when I look back on throughout the 90s, the reggae scene, I see it was a lot of mix up. But I'll pass it back to Kushai Selassie. I don't want to hog it.
You speaking, and that's true, my G. I mean, hell, for a long time, I felt like I had to learn patois just to understand what Rastafari was, and you had to sit through the dance hall and find out who were the actual reggae. For one time, I had to find out who were the actual Rasta artists and who were just the dance hall artists who's having to do a Black Power song. Because hell, one of the best Vibe Cartel songs I ever heard was Selassie I Love Me.
Right.
For real. That's my favorite Vibes Cartel song. And then next minute, hell, Beanie Man did a song shouting out Selassie. Bounty Killer did a song about Selassie. Shit. All these dancehall artists did a song about Selassie, but then when you see them doing it, I had to literally, if it wasn't for the internet, I wouldn't really know what Rastas believed in or what we were supposed to do and what we're not supposed to do. Right. Because, in matter of fact, in my earlier videos, I did a video about whether do the laws of Rastafari that they follow in Jamaica should it apply to us in America? Because a lot of the things they do is through their culture there. Right. So in a lot of examples, at one point I didn't really know. I had to just really do what I do and just learn from examples from my elders. And this is why I'm real thankful for the people I met from my platform and you, Elder. Freeway, you my big brother in this game. You started on your journey a few years older than I did. So that makes you my big brother in this game. And when I see that, it's just good to have fellowship and the fact that we all see what's going on. Right. And the fact that I can pull strength from people. I can look at y'all and I can pull strength. I can see what Elder, you're the closest I'm ever going to get to probably meet Mutabaruka. And you are, for American Rastas, you are our Mutabaruka. Basically. In a sense. For real, you are our Mutabaruka. And I'm going to disobey you right quick because you say not to follow you. But hell, man, I got to follow your example, dude. We got to do better out here. And I got to lead by example. I can't just be that standalone Rasta who just does his own thing anymore. I'm not saying I'm about to be a leader of an order or something, but I have to set a better example for those who watch my platform. It can't just be a platform where I created my platform basically so I can gather knowledge and just pass it on while I'm at it. Right. But now that I see just how weak we are as a movement, and me and Nikes talk about this all the time. But hell, I can't get on there and talk about it too much because I am not completely on my shit. You see what I'm saying? Right.
We all in America, so we limited. Limited on how much we could do. Like Freeway Dread, he limited. He gotta do what's in the boundaries of the situation he living in. So we create our own form of Rasta, our own identity as Black men here in America. We dealing with a serious situation. We living under the head beast. The man we live under run all this.
Shit. They still fighting each other.
Yeah, but the European we live under here is number one. He the boss of the world right now. So we living under a hard situation, but the reason Rasta didn't go like it was supposed to go, because Jamaican Rastas didn't come in and work with us. They didn't come here and work with us and build with us. They came here and tried to be separate, and they was willing to deal with a Jamaican that ain't even Rasta before they would deal with a Rasta. And that's why we didn't go nowhere. That's a fact.
See, this is why we need to do better, man. And I say we because when one of us step out and do something, when we wear these colors, we're representing all of us.
Right.
Because if somebody do some foul shit while wearing those colors, the first thing they gonna say is, "Oh, that Rasta man over there." Cause look at this new shit. Not everybody even gotta have dreads to be Rasta. They gotta put some colors on the next minute. That's what the world's going to see them at.
Right.
So hell, I gotta stand. I've been 9 toes for a hot minute. Now I gotta stand 10 toes. Hell, I feel like I gotta grow an extra toe. I mean, shit. I mean, damn, we too weak out here, man. And it's starting to fuck. And it's really starting to fuck with my. It's really starting to fuck with my emotions because I had I'm not gonna say I'm disillusioned because I'm staying with this. I'm staying with this non-fair. Rastafari is where I vibe with. I'm not moving. Right. I'm not going nowhere. No other form of consciousness. Every other form of consciousness that I ever looked up, everything they taught me, I learned from Rastafari already.
Right.
See what I'm saying? It was just basically so whenever I go like the other people and other conscious groups, it's more like fellowship when I go there. I learn a lot, but it's more like we're bouncing off each other. We're sharpening each other's steel.
Right. But see, they always talk about Haile Selassie when he went to Jamaica, but they don't talk about Haile Selassie when he came to America and when he interviewed with my friends. When he interviewed with my friends from Ebony and Jet, and he told Black Americans, "I am not just the king of Africa. I am the king of Black people all over the world."
And I cannot find that.
It was a Black man from America that went and flew the plane for him and stuff. So what a lot of people don't know, when it comes to the roots of Rastafari, that's going to come out of the South. That's going to come out of the southern parts of America, where the African roots is the strongest. So the strongest Rastas in the world going to come out of Alabama, Mississippi, New Orleans, North and South Carolina. This is where the vibe going to come from, because this is where you got off the ships at. Then had me, and then I moved up here. But I'm from Alabama.
Ooh.
I'm an Alabama boy.
Well, that's lynching country.
My mama, daddy, Alabama. So the strength gonna come out of the South. Black Americans in the South, because look at how the dreads is taking over the South.
Facts.
Just look how African they is down south.
Real.
This where the vibe gonna come from. Look how dark you is in the South. Like, I'm finna go to Alabama this summer. I'm gonna come back how many more shades darker?
Shit. Soak up that melon. Soak up that melon.
It ain't gonna come out of New York. It ain't gonna come out of Chicago. It's gonna come out the South. Remember, I said it first. This is prophecy. Sure. So brothers in the South is holding it down. They always had that African about them. They never been in the city and sold out and watered down. They always been roots. They've been the closest to slavery. They've been the closest to coming to the country. So you two brothers, y'all the future. So y'all got to stand on y'all square. Y'all got to push the future, because I know you don't want to be a leader, but eventually you're going to have a bunch of youngsters behind you. You ain't going to have no choice.
True.
Right.
True.
You ain't gonna have no choice but to be a leader. So y'all might as well get ready, because the shorty's gonna be coming up. They're gonna be looking to y'all like, what we supposed to do? Right. So stand on y'all square. You know, I appreciate y'all. Y'all the future. You know what I mean?
Right. That's why I say I gotta do better, man. Hell, I done once again clean out my refrigerator, getting away a bunch of junk food, man.
Well, you getting there. And Freeway Dread, what's going on with you? You working hard? You pushing the line? What's the deal?
Yeah, I'm pushing the line. I more so try to like lead by example. I don't want to do too much reprimanding nobody. I don't like stepping down on nobody about food. I just try to lead by example. I just say, okay, well, let's say just take for example my I'm talking about my in-house, my personal family, my woman and my children. Y'all don't want to eat. I get on you from time to time. I say, well, you know what? I'm just gonna lead by example. So one day they're gonna come in, they're gonna be asking me, well, you know, show me how to cook this recipe, show me how to do that recipe. So I say, I'm not gonna really hold a grudge or be upset about it. I'm just gonna keep leading by example, I wasn't perfect. I haven't been perfect throughout the years. I had good runs and I had bad runs, and now I'm back on the good run. So you know, I just keep it at I just keep it as that. And another thing I will say, my dad is from Jamaica. My mom is from America. I'm in Florida. I'm from Florida. I'm in Florida.
Right.
One line that was always kind of confusing, which I had to really sort it out, was growing up is like, okay, Rasta and the Jamaicanism, that shit got twisted. I had to figure that shit out. That shit got twisted. And to answer what Kushai Selassie said earlier, is like, you really got to figure out what's Rasta and what's not Rasta. And it's like, okay, well, if we here in America, then I mean, we got to rock a different way. We can't rock like we down there. We not down there.
Right.
And that's one of the things that I do stand on. That's the way I push the line. I think to myself, okay, well, yeah, my daddy is Jamaican. Right. I do honor that. He was never the type that he didn't like when other people call other people Yankee. He didn't like that, because he was the one that saying we all together, we all the same. Right. That was the line I coming into pushing. I'm talking about mentally. That's the way I came into it. But I always noticed the Yankee shit. So I had to really differentiate what's Rasta and what's Jamaican, because it's like, all the Jamaican shit, throw that shit out. I like Rasta. That's the one I'm going with. So like that's more so the line I've been pushing. And also the way, seeing that you asked me what I push, so I like to tell people, you know, do the trucking, do the welding.
That's right.
Do the heavy equipment operator. What about a merchant marine? A longshoreman? All of these things these are the things. Oh, and definitely pilots. Whether it's a private pilot or a commercial pilot, all of these things that we need over the next 10 years, we need all of those things. We need the merchant marine, we need the pilots, we need the longshoremen, we need all of these things, the heavy equipment operators, the constructors. I'm talking about the guys who build the buildings, the guys who get in the cranes. Like that's basically what whenever I talk to young men, I always be pushing that. You got to get two or three skills of trades, and you got to do that. You got to do it, because I think about the builders. How we going to talk about flying all over the world, flying to the Caribbean, flying to Africa? Who going to be the pilots?
Right.
Who going to be like when we go to I don't know no Rasta merchant marines. I don't know no guy who go on ship and go to the other side of the world and come back on. I don't know that. So like that's what I be pushing. Just to answer your question.
That's right. And then how we gonna be into all these different places we from when we don't know where we from till you talk? And ain't no way. I don't know where Freeway Dread from till he talk. So how I'm a judge a brother? He could be from Jamaica. He could be from Belize. He could be from Ghana. He could be from Detroit. He could be from anywhere. So how he not my brother just on the strength before he talk? Before he open his mouth, I look at him, he my brother. So if he talking, he from Jamaica, he's still my brother. If he from South Carolina, what are we doing? Right. I used to know some brothers from Trinidad, and people used to ask them where they from, and they used to say Africa, and people believed. But they were from Trinidad. Shit. Because until we open our mouth, how you know? So if you ask me where I'm from and I open my mouth and say, boy, a long time, boy, boy, listen, boy. I'm from Chicago, boy. Me a yard man, you know. You don't even know.
Shit, they gonna take it.
You don't even know. So why we judging each other, where you from and all that? When this man come, he gonna lock our black ass up You think he'd give a damn?
Hell no.
See what I'm saying? We playing a stupid game, but then they Italians, they Jewish, they Greeks, and they working together, and we got all this division. Crazy.
Facts. But I'll tell you right now, I'm Florida all day. Pharaoh. I'm Florida all day. I'm from the bottom. I'm Florida all day. But everywhere I do go, I always get the Jamaica. Yeah, cool. But it's a deeper level. And Rasta supposed to know that. There's news shit. No, but we're supposed to be pushing in a certain direction and actually developing ourselves. And Pharaoh, I love I love the message that you push with the army and all that. But what's up, Kenya and Ethiopia? You supposed to front me a ton of coffee. You're supposed to front that.
Right.
Man, you supposed to front that to me. The chocolate, you supposed to front that to me. I'll pay you back. I'm good for it. I know how to hustle. I've been out there. You supposed to front that to me. You front that to me. We both gonna eat.
Right.
Yeah.
So your father from Jamaica, your mother from here, and you born here, and then what difference do all that gonna make when somebody gonna judge you at the end of the day?
Facts.
When it's all your history and it's all valuable, because how I'm gonna look at you crazy when we all came from Africa. And now I'm looking at, it don't even be making sense. Like I come from Africa.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at you crazy because your daddy came from Jamaica, but my family came from Africa. Probably via Jamaica. So it's like, it ain't where you came from. When did you come from there? Because all of us come from somewhere else. I ain't from Chicago. How I'm from Chicago, my mom and daddy from Alabama. How they get in Alabama?
Right.
So how I'm going to rep Chicago more than Alabama, and how I'm going to rep Alabama more than wherever they came from. So we be just doing stuff that really don't be making no whole lot of sense. And that's why we got all this gang violence, all this different turf violence. We don't know how to be brothers and sisters, just get together and get this money. Like, I'm not going to be looking at brothers like where you from and all of that. I'm not doing none of that.
Yeah.
You're a black brother, it's up.
For real. I'm black, you black. Let's get this money.
It's up. I don't care where you came from. You know what I'm saying? We're not doing that up here in America. We're not doing that. Wherever you from, you a brother. Act like a brother. Stop trying to act like you different. Because the police ain't going to treat you different. You tripping. You know what I'm saying? We better act like how the police treat us. If the white man see, all us is the same to the white man. So we can pretend we different if we want. We can pretend we different, but how you different when your enemy say you the same? That's why I tell black people, you are what your enemy say you are. Your enemy don't look at you as Jamaican, American, Haitian. Your enemy don't look at you like that. Your enemy look at you, you black, period. Shit. I'm going to bring EWF in here. All right, Freeway.
All right.
All right. There she go. All right. What's going on, EWF?
Oh, hey. How you doing?
You the person that I started, you the person I started following EWF when I wanted to really find out information about the Ethiopian World Federation. I started following you on Instagram.
Yes, I'm very active.
I see.
Very, very active. It's needed because a lot was going on and a lot was not being explained properly. So I took it upon myself, to get down to the bottom of some things. Because in 1994, my husband was the first African American Rastafarian church. He opened in Ohio in 1987. And in 1994, I was introduced to the Ethiopian World Federation. I was only about 20 years old. And we invested so much money into it at that time in the 90s that I never forgot. I never forgot how much money we were sending and investing into Shashamani in the 90s, and my husband passed away in 2001. So when the pandemic happened, I just looked to them, to the Ethiopian World Federation, to say, what happened to all the money that my husband had been investing into Shashamani? And so I found out that everybody was arguing, nobody was getting along. Some of the people remembered me from going to that convention in '94. I was a baby. I'm not a baby anymore. You
Right.
can't just tell me anything. And, I'm very smart, and so they tried to tell me, well, don't worry about it. It's over with. It's nothing to come back to here. And I wasn't taking that for an answer.
Mm.
So so I started to I got my attorney to reestablish the church that we had, that he started in '87. It was 4 brothers from Ohio. 3 of them had already passed,
Mm.
and there was one last one that I remember my husband saving his life, and he's still alive. However, I found out that the Federation had been revoked due to non-compliance in 2008.
Right.
And so there is where I began, to put together another council during the pandemic, because a lot of African Americans in America needed the vaccine exemption.
You helped. I think you sent that to me. Yes.
Yes, and so
That's
that's basically where the reestablishment came throughout the pandemic,
No.
and and the accountability, and me asking for people to be accountable. So what I did was I put together a random divine council. That's what I call it, because it was at that time we needed it, and the people who answered ended up being on the council. These
No.
were also a lot of African Americans who needed answers. We needed to go back to work. We didn't want to be on these situations that they had going on.
Right.
And I found that and I found that a lot of the West Indian counterparts who had basically been running the organization, destabilizing the Federation for so many years,
Mm.
they they were almost successful at doing that.
Now that leads to a question. Now
Hmm.
there's like different Ethiopian World Federations that don't acknowledge each other. What's that
Yeah.
all about? Because I wanted to start, but I wasn't as sure who to start with, this
Right.
group or that group.
Well, I mean, what I said, what I said when I came back and I dedicated myself to this in 2020, um, I had been thinking about it for years, due to the fact of the nature of how I lost my husband and everything. It just kind of put a bad taste in my mouth.
Right.
But but because of the needs of the people, it overrode my fear, of confronting these different organizations. So so what I tell everybody is that this is a unity movement, you know,
Right.
from the core. And so sign up to everyone. You see and you feel it out to where you feel that you're getting the best response, and you're getting, what you need out of the Federation. Because if you look at the works in comparison to whatever they've been doing for 20 and 50 years,
Mm-hmm.
um, in 2 years, I can almost guarantee you that this council, we're younger. We're not under the spell of like you having to be this or that,
Mm-hmm.
you know, um, and a lot of them, thankfully, don't even know anything about the Federation. It's very pure.
Mm.
It's very pure coming from the new people that we have. And I've tactfully integrated, like some of the good and the old with the
Mm-hmm.
new. And I've held them up to accountability. Like, you're supposed to teach. Now let's see you teach. What you teaching us?
Right. Now explain to my viewers
Mhm.
what is the Ethiopian Federation and what's their purpose?
Well, our purpose in the beginning in 1937, it was founded by Haile Selassie. I sent a delegation from America to open this organization because he couldn't get any
Keep going. Keep
support.
going. Uh-huh.
He couldn't get any support from United Nations during the Italian-Ethiopian War. So what he did was he went to the place was Harlem, where a lot of African Americans had relocated and renaissance there. You know, a very powerful place where people stand up and empower other people. So in 1937, he sent a delegation. Actually, the lady was from Chicago, and the man was from Ethiopia, Dr. Malaku Bayan, and they came to establish the federation in support of the Africans and the Ethiopians and the Italians trying to take over the sovereignty of Ethiopia, trying to colonize Ethiopia. So as it stands, it was never really done, and it's still like an ongoing war, like to take the sovereignty from Ethiopia. So pretty much they came here to America in hopes that they could get the support, which they did, and lay a foundation, and in return give African Americans land. And that's the way things were done back then. It wasn't a payment for coming to support. It was you could get land. And so there was some hesitation. You know, United States didn't want to support African Americans, supporting them, and so on and so forth. The man taught himself how to fly a plane and all of that, happened, and then they still mad about that. They still mad about that.
Right.
The black man learned how to fly a plane. He was flying it in Harlem. Like, oops, you know, trial and error type of situation, and that was happening. And so the federation was basically established to teach and to guide Africans in America that they can have their own government, that they can run their own communities, that we can establish, you know, our own committees and carry our own selves up out of wherever we want to be, and to free ourselves, basically, because when he came here, he realized they lied. We're not really free, you know. They're gonna need something, and I'm gonna leave something. And so by him leaving the federation, the funny thing about this is that I just found out from trying to chop down, you know, and get down to the bottom of who's real, who's not, sort of thing. And I just found I had to shut a bank account down because somebody had to open up one in the federation name. And I pulled the paperwork because I said, no, we're not gonna we're not doing this. This right here, we're not doing this. So give me all the paperwork. If I have to go to every bank and demand it, give it to me. It belongs to me. This is my father, my grandfather, my ancestors came here to give me this. And look what I found. That the original articles of incorporation said that this is an African American corporation. And guess what it said? 2/3 of the council must be African American. Do you know how many years this paperwork has probably been hidden? So many years. And there's a reason why all of you and all of your viewers probably feel, I'm with it, but something ain't right. There's something missing to the pieces of the puzzle. Well, I've been getting down to the bottom of it. And I've been finding the pieces of the puzzle. And I've been noticing that a lot of Black Europeans have infiltrated. I hate to point a finger, you know what I'm saying? But I have to, because I found paperwork on certain members stating that they were sent, you know, as basically as agents to destabilize the Federation. And when I bring this up, people tell me, oh no, you're not going to talk about that man. He's a long-standing member. He's this and that. And I say, well, what has he done? Because it sure ain't done as much as we've done in 2 years. in 50 years.
Now, how do I join your branch? Because I'm liking what you're saying. You're a leader. Rather than me start a branch, I'm gonna ride with you. How do I become?
Let me explain. Yes, let me explain. What we've been told and what we've been taught by a lot of previous Rastas. Now you got to remember this. There are a lot of people are uneducated. But what we've been taught is that you have to have an Ethiopian World Federation. You have to sign up as another one, a branch. No, you just have to have a company. It could be any company of your own. You know, even Walmart has a nonprofit segment of their company.
Right.
So you can have your own company, no matter what kind of company you have, as long as you have a branch that is for the social welfare of our people. So I have a website, and it's very and I've made it a little easier for people to find since we have so many different factions. So our website is the Ethiopian World Federation.org. But I made it easier for people. Right. You can simply go to globaldiaspora.org and you'll find it. You know, you'll find it. You can go like that.
And what do I do to support you and to be in your movement and to be in your movement?
Right. Well, I mean, you join as a member, and so what you'll find, you might find a bunch of different websites, but you'll find a lot of our websites, and we'll have in our notice section, you'll see the American flag and the Ethiopian Federation flag, which is the Lion of Judah flag. But if you go to our website, the Ethiopian World Federation.org, and you'll see membership. You can sign on as a member, and here's how easy we made it. If you can't afford it, it's free.
No, I'm not going to do
if
free.
You can, yeah,
I'm going to pay. Now I am following you.
I would love for you to be.
I am following you on Instagram for sure.
Thank you.
I know that for sure. But if not, make sure you follow me at Pharaoh said that. But I'm sure I think I'm following you.
I will.
And send me the link, and I'm gonna join up like ASAP. Okay.
Please do. I really would love to have you on board because we make a lot of decisions that are crucial for all Black people, and that's why it's so important for us to have elders like you that we can listen to and learn from, because we have so many youth in Africa who are misguided, and unfortunately, had the Federation been operating properly, there would not be 13 million refugees stuck in these United Nations FEMA camps.
That's right.
That's really what they are. And they would be, and a lot of these wars wouldn't be happening. They wouldn't be.
I definitely recognize you because you're not lying. You're on Instagram, and when the pandemic went down, everybody was sending us to you to get the paperwork.
Yes.
So I knew who you was. As soon as you're like, I'm like, this is the queen from Instagram.
Yes.
Yes, you were sending out, trying to help people get notices where they wouldn't have to get the vaccine. I remember.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
because there's levels to it. You know, there's levels to it because I've been blessed enough to have a Rastafarian husband he's passed now, but he had a church, and you need to have that type of establishment, especially in America, that and that's been a long-standing church, because a lot of the churches weren't doing the exemptions. So I had to get my ministry, you know, in order to sign these documents. I had to become a notary. I had to do a lot of things just so that people can actually do it. You just can't just, you know, they make it hard for us.
You're a boss. You're a boss. Hey, listen, y'all. This is a boss. Yeah, listen. If you're watching, this is a boss. You want to see a boss? This is a boss. I'm telling you. I already knew who she was. When I seen you, I'm like, that's the sister from Instagram. You're a boss. You're doing really good work.
Thank you.
Definitely high ranking in the community. I got nothing for respect for you. You're a hard worker, very intelligent. And everybody should support you 100%. Okay, I'm gonna support you 100%.
I really appreciate that, and I'm gonna follow you back on Instagram, and we're doing so many great things. You know what? I come to the realization that if we support Africa, Africa should support us.
Right.
And I've come to that realization like this. I
Right.
said, oh, we're doing a lot of work. See, I'm going to keep on doing it, but I want the same energy.
Back.
You know,
Right.
a
Mhm.
lot of times we support Africa and we don't never get anything in return. And they have everything to give. Now, I've aligned ourselves with some people in Africa who believe that Africa can afford reparations.
Mhm.
And so this is a whole new mindset for me. And I'm always open to ideas. So I said, okay, y'all got all the gold.
Right.
Let's get it. You know,
Right.
then that in
Okay.
a certain kind of way, we don't have to worry about things like certain things. So we're manifesting a lot of different ideas, and we've got the right people at the table. And the reason why His Majesty knew to open it here, and he knew to put African Americans in the charge of things, because we come up with the business, baby.
Right.
We got the business.
As you proven.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm not taking no shorts neither.
I could
And I
already
tell
tell.
her all the time, I love to work with everybody, but one thing I can't understand is reggae. I could dance to it a little something, but I can't understand it. So we got to communicate to where, you know, people, I need a translator sometimes, but at the same time, we got to communicate with this thing.
Right.
We got to, you know, and we have to help those that can't read and have been misguided in Jamaica. We have to lift them up, but they got to come on and lift us up too.
Facts.
You're very impressive. I'm very impressed.
Thank you.
You're very impressive. I
You
don't
got
lie.
me. Look, it's 4:15 in the night.
Yeah, then you going in. So I already know it's real.
4:15 in the night.
I already
Yeah.
know it's real. You ain't even sleepy. So I'm gonna support you 100%. I'm all
I'm
about
up. I'm up for it.
I know I'm support you 100% because I can
Thank
see
you
the
so
fire
much.
and you're only gonna get greater. So you
Yes.
got my 100% support. Salute to you, Queen. Yeah,
Thank you so much. And
yeah.
I'm trying to work with everybody, you know. You mentioned a brother in New York. There's a brother. I mean, look, I don't waste too much time.
Right.
And I told him, I said, I'll work with y'all, but just don't get in our way. When it comes time to saving our people, don't get in our way. And they don't understand how not to get in the way. There's only one way not to get in the way. Get with the movement.
Right.
Or stay out the way.
Boy.
Because I don't want to hear all that unconstitutional this and that, the third, when you got Americans, presidents breaking the Constitution over here and
Right.
there. And then you want to throw this out when I'm trying to help, you know, I'm trying to save a life.
Right.
And then for so many years, the misguidance has been, we've been like the brother right here said, I heard you. I've been putting it together piece by piece. But what I did, I started from where His Majesty's mind frame was in 1937, what the political climate was in 1937.
Right.
What happened when he came back when the IRS got shut down in 1948? And they don't tell you about that. But His Majesty came back in 1951 with the
Right.
I want my papers.
Right.
So as long as they got them papers, I want them too. And I'm on whatever he was on. You see what I'm saying? I'm on whatever His Majesty was on. And so when I say to people, when I say, ooh, what would His Majesty say about you? Would he act like that? Would he say that? Would he be proud of you for that? Are you worthy of representing that royalty or not? I'll give him the business.
I see. You ain't nothing
and you
to
got
play
to. You got to know. You got to
with.
put yourself back in that time frame and say, what was going on in that political climate? Why did all of this happen? And then you got to look and say, well, a lot of people won't tell you. They can't read. They don't know how. They don't have a computer. A lot of people who have been running the Federation before, they don't understand. Their skill set is to a certain degree. They don't know how to just put it to the side and say, I'm good at one or two things.
Right.
And then when you are an elder and you can uplift the youth, that's when you are truly a wise man. You are truly a wise man. Other than that, what you do? You're not uplifting the youth. There's 75% of Africans that's under 25. And y'all ain't
That's
got
right.
not one
That's
on
right.
your council.
That's right.
Y'all ain't listening to not one of what these young people is telling you. You got all of these things still going on. And these huge corporations haven't helped you yet. They still trying to fight poverty. How many more years you gonna be falling for that? You see what I'm saying? So when you have a government and you have the accessibility in our Constitution that His Majesty left us, shows us how to run a government.
You dropping bombs over here.
It can't be duplicated.
Yeah, you dropping
because
bombs.
United Nations, they took one of the elders even told me that, I'm not sure how true it is, but one of the elders even told me that Empress Menen helped them write that charter for right there. And they sound, what we have, our Constitution sounds very similar. So I'm kind of like, okay, the ghostwriting is real. But see, I don't want to be a ghostwriter. I don't want to be a ghostwriter. I want to be a real writer.
Right.
So I feel like this. If we understand what His Majesty left us, and it's right then and there, and nothing has been done, that's how you know who to move with.
You ain't lying.
Because see, when I come and I tell them, I said they want to have a meeting. Y'all can't meet with me. I want bank receipts from 40 years ago.
Right.
Y'all can't sit with me. Y'all got too much explaining to do. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
There's too much accountability.
Right.
That has to happen. A level of accountability that has never been reached before. But that's what our Constitution says. Correct all abuses. And I'm talking about every last one of them. And a lot of people don't want to come and tell, that my phone ring all night long. So a lot of people don't want to write them down. And I'm starting to think, maybe y'all just don't know how to write. Maybe y'all don't really know how to read. So look, I'm really taking it in, like I'm really trying to be sympathetic to the cause of everything.
Right.
And take everybody's situation into account. Like, okay, I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt. Maybe you didn't correct this here because of that there. But then again, maybe you was just falling for the okie doke and trying to get everybody else to fall for the okie doke.
Right.
But certain people fly a little bit too high. Like, when the plane's flying and you're a little bit too high, you don't see all of that extra stuff going on.
Right.
So we're not really too much paying attention to it. We just gonna keep on flying.
Right.
Keep on going.
You on your square, so I'm all in. Keep fighting the fight. I really can feel your passion and stuff. And my condolences go for your husband and everything you've been through. I know that was rough, but he would be really proud of you right now.
I'm trying. My goal is to make all the ancestors proud.
Yeah.
Because what they do is they forget that we have the same kind of connection. Even in Africa, they forget that whatever their African spirituality, we have the freedom to do that here. They don't have it anymore.
Right.
So I'm trying to fight for them to keep it, because we don't want to come there and they don't have it.
Facts.
We might as well just stay here.
Facts.
Powerful.
And so when when I'm saying, fight for the women who are being enslaved, fight for the refugees who don't have identifications in 20 years. And I'm saying to them, if we can write for you, can y'all write for us? We over here dying too.
Facts.
Powerful.
And
that way we could just support each other and we could keep it pushing.
Powerful. I'm gonna have to bring you back. I'm gonna have to get a whole interview. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to get a whole interview just with you. So
Thanks. I would love to watch that.
Yeah, so you can really go in. My audience really need to see you.
Okay.
My audience really need to see you and hear this. I mean, we really appreciate you, Queen. Like I can feel your passion. you
Thank
know, and
you.
your hard work, because you still up. You ain't even sleepy, so you on something.
No,
You on something.
no. I'm touched. They touching me. They pushing me. You
I
know, they
feel
pushing
you
me. You know, I sleep when I can,
when you
and I'm
can.
working. Yeah, I sleep when I can, and I work. You know, and I work to my comfortability. I make sure that I eat right. You
Right,
know, I make sure that I eat right and that my mind is always clear.
right.
You
I
know,
can
so I
tell.
can receive the messages and I can do the work, you know. And so I do get to sleep, you know, when I can. I try to get it here and there.
Right.
But you see my little piano. You see
Oh.
my piano, see my dog. I got my pit
Oh.
bull, you
Oh.
know. Yeah, and I got my piano, I got my clothing line. But the
Oh.
EWF has definitely taken the forefront. You know, it's taken the forefront.
Bob.
And so, yeah, and so, and that's why things are moving so quickly. And you know, and I really believe that now is the time because we just don't know what can happen.
That's right.
And we gotta be, you ain't gotta get ready if you stay ready, right?
That's right. I mean,
That's
you are
right.
so, this is so refreshing. I love to see young people like
Yes,
this with all this energy. And this has
yes.
just really been nice. I wasn't expecting all of this greatness tonight. I wasn't expecting the brothers and you to come in. This is fantastic.
You
Yeah,
invited us,
Pharaoh,
you
we owe
know.
you a lot, Pharaoh.
This is
You rocked
I
fantastic.
out.
I
knew
mean,
something was going on. Something was going on in the energy, and so I just said, well, I'm just gonna stay up and I'm just gonna ride with it. You know, I'm just gonna ride with it.
as soon as you
You were
logged
late
in, I knew
night.
who you were because I'm following you on Instagram. So as soon as you logged in,
Okay.
I was like, oh, this is the person I was trying to help when we were trying to make sure people wouldn't lose their jobs.
Yes, yes.
Yes, I
And
definitely
we
remember.
successful. And I have good news too. 6 days ago, 6 days ago, Congress passed a bill stating that they will lift the travel bans on tourists. So it's gonna take some more time, but we've been pushing, pushing, pushing. You know, we kind of didn't realize that by pushing the mandates to get them stopped here, that the experiments were still being continued with people coming into America.
Ah,
So we didn't realize that until our members really spoke up and they said, well, we can't come if we don't get this. So we had to write the European Union. We had to write the real warriors in other countries. Some of the white people are fighting so hard over there
right,
for that. They just didn't have the connection.
right,
And when you don't make that connection with people, you can't get anything done.
right.
You know, so we had to reach out with them. I remember we even sent flowers to a lady in I think she was in Germany. A real furious. She has a COVID fight like a team that she's
Hmm,
like fighting over there. And we sent her flowers. We said, well, we can't do anything else, but we're gonna send the lady flowers.
right,
Don't forget about us. You know
right.
what I'm saying? Because we have a whole global community, and unfortunately, we have people all over the world who tap in. You know, they tap in and they let us know what's going on. We got our own truth ministry, real news, fake news. We got our own Rastas. They get all the news. I
Right.
mean, Rastas get all the news.
So
Like,
what's your YouTube channel so they can follow your YouTube channel?
um, well, our YouTube is Ethiopian World Federation. Let me see it. Hold on. Our YouTube is Ethiopian World Federation Inc.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think I
Yeah,
might be already subscribed.
it's did you okay? Yeah, it's red, gold, and green with the lion there, and we still rock that flag, you know, and I really believe that the Ethiopian World Federation is set up just like another United Nations,
Basically.
and it's been like, you know, a hard reality because I really didn't think it was going to be this much work in the beginning. I was just like, oh, this is going to be a breeze, you know, this is going to be a breeze. I was even thinking, oh, I'll just fix it up, fix the website, and give it back to the people. And then I was
Right.
just like, wait a second, this is a whole coup d'etat.
Right.
Like This was a whole coup d'etat. Like,
Right.
wait, hold on. Like, how long this been going on? And how many of y'all been trying? And then we had some people come in and trying to coup d'etat. I'm like, wait. This is not gonna happen here. Like, this is not how it's gonna go.
Right, because
This ain't how this is gonna go.
that's what confused me. They had all these different groups, and they was one,
Right.
and you couldn't tell who was
That's a very good tactic.
Yeah,
I
mean, for a long time, I was with the only Ethiopian World Federation group that I knew of was the group led by Wyndon Yarden, Lion of Judah Society of His Imperial Majesty.
Yes, I've been in touch with him recently.
Okay, how is he? Because
we've been
really
having some really great conversations. Like he's the last straw. Like that's the one of the I saved the best for last because I said to myself, well, the rest of y'all gonna be a breeze.
Yeah,
See, this one right here, I'm gonna try to hold on to him because he's so good with the education and his delivery and his speech is so good. And I just hope that one day that we can all, work together. We've been having some really good conversations, and we've been enlightening each other, and it's been wholesome. The conversations that we've been having is wholesome. Me personally, I don't want to interject any other presidents or anything like that without having fully functional committees. That's where our strength is. I won't even want to really talk to the man because I'm quite sure he's got support, but he doesn't have the kind of support that we could give him.
Right.
So once we all could come together, that would be a great thing. And I have to guard myself too because I've been having really high hopes to doing this with other people, and it hasn't happened.
Exactly.
But that's okay. You know what I'm saying? Like I say to everybody, just don't get in our way. When we come in to save people, don't tell us stop saving people because that's what I've been told. Why are you helping people? Why are you saving people? Why are y'all doing this? And the question is, why are you not doing it?
Facts.
Yeah. Why are you what you been doing the whole time? So like when it comes to meeting and stuff like that with our council, it's like so much accountability has to be made, and we've been making a lot of headway, a lot of leeway.
I'm hearing some music in the background or something. Who is that?
That's not me.
Okay, there's some music in the background, some noise, background noise.
Not on my end. Okay. I don't think so.
It stopped now, I think. Well, we've been making some really good. Is that my headphones? Maybe. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, good. So no, we've been making some really great conversations. A lot of people have different views, different ways of getting there. But one thing is for sure, we have a roadmap. We have a roadmap. We've been given a roadmap, and we should refer to that roadmap every chance we get. But without those committees fully up and functioning, and people answering those phones, and people being there for people like weird hours of the night, this is the kind of emergency service that we're in right now. You don't know what could happen if an alien could land in your front door.
Right.
Hollywood is at work. You know what I'm saying? So they got a lot of cooking in the kitchen to do in Hollywood.
Right. So they're asking what's your IG link?
Oh, the IG is the Ethiopian World Federation Incorporated. Hold on a second, I gotta look at it. If you go to our website, everything is there. The Ethiopian World Federation.org, the Ethiopian World Federation.org. Scroll all the way to the bottom, and you'll see the YouTube link and the Instagram link.
Mm-hmm. And then that website I went on at least a couple of years back because at one point I wanted to try and join the Ethiopian World Federation. Okay. But the website that I went on, I guess the website I went on, they asked me to put, for anybody who wanted to join, they asked to put your email address in. And I just never got any emails from them.
Yes, I've tried that to a few of them too. Also, I do this periodically, just
try to see what's going on with different federations, and can I come in and sign up, or something. But on ours, we're very active. So it's the Ethiopian World Federation.org.
Right.
And a lot of times you'll find us on the Wikipedia link. Sometimes people want to go back and forth with us, but we have a vice president that's always on top of that. So on the Wikipedia link, more than likely you could find it there. I gotta make sure, because sometimes people go back and forth. They try to create confusion, you know what I mean, to where you're like, kind of like, what happened, what's going on, and you're wondering what's going on. Well, we're here. We haven't gone anywhere.
And actually, I would like to have you on my show too. But please, go to Pharaoh first, since he asked first. I'm not gonna jump in front of the queue. But
no, you know what? Yeah, I mean, I'm sure he's got some serious hard questions. Because he knows the history about a lot of things. I even heard you saying some things that was going on. What was going on in them 12 tribes?
Dude, man, I'm just finding out. I'm still trying to get over what the hell went down on what the fuck was going on Bobo Hill.
Wow, and that's another thing. Them Bobos.
For real.
Them Bobos. I'm very good friends with Justice Emmanuel's son. Okay, now he's not Priest Emmanuel. He's not his father. You know what I'm saying? By far, But dang, I mean, they didn't try to whoop the boy up and this and that. Sent them on.
I don't know what's going on Bobo Hill. It just seems like a whole bunch of crazy shit, and now it's all coming out. It's all coming out, and they can't sweep it on the rug like they've been doing.
No, they cannot. You can't do it for so long. But the thing is, what I heard, and I'm not sure how true this is, but I did speak to one of them, friend of mine who's in Jamaica, and he didn't deny it. And he know a lot of stuff, because I told him what I heard. I hear a lot of stuff. I heard they was moving the LGBTQs across the street from Bobo Hill, and them boys banging, ripping up the gates and stuff like that. Like, it's like almost like sending the enemy right across the street to the church. What they trying to do? Because listen, I'm not going there, but they are having an event.
Allowing this.
Y'all now, they are having an event March 1st. They're trying to set their parliament because they're working with us. Justice Emmanuel needs the protection of the Ethiopian World Federation, and I really didn't know how deep it was. Like, I'm just coming into the thing. Like, can you imagine? I'm a Rasta, right? I don't look like it no more, but I really am to the core. Now, I never heard of a Bobo, and so when a couple of years ago, when I came back to deal with the EWF, I said, y'all hiding the African Americans and y'all hiding the Bobos. Because see, y'all didn't want a lot of people. I didn't know about a Bobo. I didn't know nothing about it. I was like saying to myself, what? Where have I been, under a rock or something? But wait, how come I don't know about this group here? So, a lot of things. And then I said to myself, oh, the man shook hands with Haile Selassie? And I still didn't know. And y'all denied the mans and them access to the Ethiopian World Federation for how many years? Well, because I just don't understand why they couldn't be involved if the father of their God was shaking hands with His Majesty.
Right.
It didn't seem right.
Right.
So I was like saying to myself, well, something is missing.
Right.
So see, the protection wasn't never there, and they have been trying to strip these brothers and these priests from this type of protection. But they hold a real strong order, and so that's to be protected.
Right.
Because I ain't doing all of that. They doing that.
Right.
They making that happen.
Right.
You got Bobos that's preasing. I mean, I'm in the group now. I'm learning so much.
Right.
Y'all don't want people to know this type of stuff. What black people need to understand.
Facts.
Stuff that they could teach. And it's crazy to me. I was just saying to myself, I said to Justice the other day, I said, why haven't y'all had nothing to do with the EWF? And he said something about his father had tried to do something back in the day, and it just didn't work out, and it never came back to fruition.
Right.
Damn. But see, a lot of people were getting in the way of the motion. And a lot of people have been like, you know, like playing like linebackers, stiff arming people out of the situation.
Right. Right.
The situation.
Right.
See, but when they mess with me with my husband's money and stuff like that, see, I never forgot. I might be in 20 years or something ago, or something long ago. But I just didn't forget. I was like, wait a second. Them niggas owe me some money over there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then I'm saying, even if y'all don't have the money, I'm coming to find out what happened to it.
Right. This money just disappeared. Right.
Yeah. And I mean, that was in the 90s. So I'm thinking, oh, I hope y'all don't make me go back into the estate paperwork.
Right.
Because I will.
Money got misallocated. You know what happened. Money got misallocated. You know what happened.
Money
yes, it did. A lot.
That's what made me kind of hesitate, because brothers wanted me to join EWF. They was talking about me going out here and raising money for the black community. But
where's the audit? See, here's the thing. In our Constitution, you're supposed to have an open audit. Now, if you got brothers and sisters putting in money and stuff like that, you're going to need that monthly audit.
Right.
So you start, you know what I'm saying? Even myself, I audit my own self. I'm like, I need an audit.
Right.
See, and anybody that doesn't want to get audited, that's a problem. Because even the Red Cross will post how much money they've gotten and what. And we're trying to be greater than them. See, you got to remember, His Majesty gave them the formula.
Right.
So this is the formula that they've taken from us and ran with it. But, oh, we can't do it.
Right.
We can't do it. We have to be able to do that with each other. We have to be able to say, come on and get on this account. Come on and let's share this account. Come on and let's do it. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Your accountability and your transparency comes in.
Right.
And they want to be with this. Oh, we can't tell nobody. That was the first thing to go. I said, I need real names. See, that's the first thing that was the, let me get up out of here. She talking about she want to see ID and what real names and stuff like. Come on now.
Right.
Y'all been playing games too long.
Right.
So when people know what is the right thing to do and they see somebody else doing it, it's just like the brother said before I came here. Lead by example.
Right. See, I didn't want to go out here and use my name and raise money to have black people donate money, and I don't know where it's going.
You got to be on that account. You know, right. You could just we could open up a joint account. Like, it has to be like that.
Right.
Because the trust has been broken so far down that in order to do anything, it has to be full transparency and ownership and partnership. You see what I'm saying? It's not gonna be no something come out the account and you gonna be calling and saying, well, what happened now? Just go and look yourself.
Right.
Because nobody got time for that in the type of time that we're in.
Right.
Playing games with people. See, when people, you know, that's what my stepfather, he always told me. He said, don't never lend your car to a nigga that can't replace it.
Right.
Facts.
saying? Don't give your keys, you know, and
Hey, Kushite, that's coming from your end, that feedback or something.
Oh, sorry. Lex just walked in the room. She getting ready. She just walked in the living room. She's getting ready to go to work.
Yeah, but there's some feedback coming off of your
it's
end.
like
When you log out, we can't hear it.
How about now?
Yeah, there we go.
Okay,
No,
my
I'm
bad.
still here. Is my voice playing over there while I'm talking? Because I think my voice is echoing over there.
I don't think so.
Something coming from your end when you logged out. I didn't hear it anymore. Some kind of feedback.
there's some feedback on his, right?
Yeah.
Damn. Well, it's probably cause my phone. It's probably cause my phone's dying. But I basically said what I have to do. I'm gonna let y'all go ahead and build and just watch the show. I don't want the feedback to interrupt this thing because I'm not really sure what it is.
All right, one.
Okay. Well, I'm so glad to build with you. You know, I have my first vice president. She's from Chicago.
Oh.
I shared her a video of yours, and she said, "Yeah, we need to talk to him."
That's what's up. You know, I'm for full support. I like what you all doing.
Thank you.
Yeah, I like what you all doing, and you got my full support. So, everybody, go follow the sister at IG at what?
The Ethiopian World Federation.
And support the sister. And I'm gonna get her over here in March. The first week of March, I'll get you over here and we'll do a full interview and let you explain everything, okay?
Yes, let's do it. Let's do it. I'm open to all the questions. I know I can learn a lot. I also would love for you to share with me, you know, about some experiences and stuff like that, things I can look out for.
Yeah, but you know, you don't need much help from what I see. You don't need
Let's wrap them up.
You don't need much advice. I ain't gonna hold you, right? You on top of it, right? So I'm gonna ride with you. You know, to be a leader, sometimes you have to recognize a leader. And to be a leader, sometimes leaders need leaders to play the second role. So I have no problem in you leading in that and me just being a supporter, because many times a leader like yourself can't find strong support.
No.
Another leader wants to challenge the other leader instead of playing the back so that leadership is strong. So right. I don't mind if I join that. I don't mind just being just another member. I don't want to be a leader. I just want to be a strong supporter. This is the problem we have in the community, that we need strong supporters that could be the leader, but is not, so that the leader can really lead.
Yes.
So if I join that, I'm just going to be another member. I'm not going to want a leadership role. I want to make sure that you have strong support. That's the key.
It's very important.
Very, because that's another organization. It's not necessary for me to come over there acting like a leader. I'll come, get in line. You say, go to the right. I go to the right. You say, go to the left. I go to the left.
And I need that advice, that advice and that vision, because it's not only a vision, it's a global vision. Right. What I want to see is a Pan-African Renaissance. And I want it to be like the Harlem Renaissance. But I don't know if I really want like African clothes or African hoodies. Like, I don't really know how it's going to look.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It's going to look like what? It's not going to have a look. It's going to have an economic base.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, that sounds good.
It's got to be economic, because the way we did it in the past was wrong. We really have to concentrate on the natural resources, because the key to Africa is making sure that the people can benefit from their own natural resources. Yeah. It's not about the culture.
Yes.
The culture won't free Africa. What's going to free Africa is resources.
The resources. They need to take control of them. Look, I have a council member who is in Congo. He has 200,000 acres for the diaspora. They won't even go over there and touch anything in the ground. They're scared because they know what they're gonna find.
Right.
They know what they're gonna find. They just need to be the security, secure to be able to do what they need to do. And they can't. They can't even get to that point.
Right.
They can't even get to that point to be comfortable digging on your own land. You can't even.
Right.
Because you know what you're going to find. I've heard that there's gold in certain places in Africa.
Right.
That once they dig it and they turn around, it's some more.
Right.
And it's just like, I heard in Liberia, I forgot what part. The gold just comes running down the street. Like you talking about yellow brick road.
Right.
Like at a certain time or hour or climate, it just start dripping.
Right.
We supposed to be all up in that.
Right.
This is what the prophecy tells us, that we are the custodians of these minerals.
Right.
So if all else fails, if they could get their shit together, they could give us reparations.
Yeah, reparations. Yeah.
My council member, his vision is that we don't need anyone to give it to us. We have it ready. We just can't access it. So you know what? We just gonna keep it going on all that.
Right. We don't have the military mind state to secure the bag.
That's when I started watching you. When you said that. And I've been running with that. I said, send us all the African American soldiers.
Yeah, because we can find the gold, but they ain't gonna do nothing but take it from us because we can't defend it.
Exactly.
That's our biggest problem. That's our problem in a nutshell.
Yes, we need to be able to defend it.
Yes.
It's like they say, like my council member says, there's so many artifacts and stuff that can be returned and stuff like that, that we could start our own museum, but we can't protect it.
And we can't protect it because we're not unified. We're too tribal.
But see, that's why we got to talk, because we got to make our taxpayers' dollars do something, make it do.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm at you, Queen. Get some rest. It's been a pleasure. It's a beautiful night. And we're gonna hook up, and I'm gonna interview the first week in March. We're gonna get you over here, and you're gonna blow everybody's mind with your royalty and your leadership.
And I love that commercial that you have. I love it. I want to repost that.
All right, I got you. We're gonna link up. I'm gonna hit you. We're gonna DM. We're gonna exchange phone numbers, and we're gonna make it work. And I'm gonna join your federation. Salute to the Queen.
Salute to you too. Thank you so much, King.
All right, good night. Boy, she ain't nothing nice. I'm going to tell you straight up. Hey, real recognize real, okay? She ain't nothing nice. She ain't nothing to play with, okay? So the best way to end this is salute to the queens. You all have a wonderful night. It was really a pleasure. Salute to all the queens.